All right, everybody. This is a new episode. This is middle of December, and anxiety is going crazy, and I'm just trying to go through it. But I got a cool guest today. I got Keexie Johnson. Kiki, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm holding their bits and pieces, but I'm here for the show, here for the people, here to talk about this, that, and everything else that's cool. So I'm glad to have you on the show. I'm glad to talk about your work.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Um, I guess we can start out with your latest post. You made this Totally Spies post. Super cool stuff. It's if everyone has seen the show Totally Spies, it's what's it, Cartoon Network that we first saw it on?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about these three girls. They're spies. They also like high school students, I believe. It's a cute show. I think it's fine,
Yeah.
but like the work you did, like, it's all your own. Like, you definitely put a lot of yourself into this, and I say that because I've seen your other work, and like it's a little bit similar, but it seems like your art style changes sometimes with different characters and different designs. Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're right.
Why do you switch up like your style for different characters and different pieces?
It's like I feel like this year is really a year where I've been trying to really like focus in on how I want to present myself as an artist. So I feel like I have like three different styles. I have the one that's very anime inspired. It's the one that I probably had the longest. I have like the more cartoony one where I'm just trying to like experiment and try and see if I can do more Western style things. And then I have the one where it's just like literally the first draft I do, and then I just clean it up and I just put it out there. I guess that's like more my natural style, if you could call it that.
I mean,
So
I see those three styles you're talking about, but I'll raise you, and you have like a very serious style also, like a
oh
very, like, I'm trying to get a point across, like with some of your LGBTQ enthused type art, some of your like a city wonder kind of type girl type of look. Feel like you have
yeah,
some of your, like, you have like this. There's this one piece. I'm not sure if you titled it or not, but it's a redraw of the cotton candy girl.
yeah.
That really spoke to me, along with the Aspiria girls. Is it?
Oh
Yeah, that one really
yeah,
that one really stuck out to me because it has a seriousness to it, but it also has, like, that cartooniness you were talking about. But it seems like you were trying to
yeah.
get a point across. Also, am I wrong in thinking that also?
You're super right. Like especially with the asphyxia girls that you're talking about, like I don't know what it was, but like I guess that was during a point in my life where I just graduated school and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I was feeling really like emotional, and I just wanted to be able to express myself in my work instead of just doing like super happy and colorful things. So I was like, I'm going to represent like different facets of, I guess, my life and like things that I've experienced. So I drew these like, I guess, representations of different types of like mental things that I've been through, like
Okay.
depression, apathy, anxiety, stuff like that. So I guess that's what those girls like represent in terms of the art that I did for them. So I guess it was more serious when I was making them.
For me, like, I loved it, but, like, did it come out the way that you wanted it to?
um, it's funny because the one that I say is like the ice one. People seem to really like that one, and I hate that one. Like whenever I look at it, like I absolutely hate it. Like I did it and I was feeling it, I was like, oh wow, this came out really nice. And then like literally 5 minutes later, I was like, God, I hate this one. I want to redo it immediately.
Which one is the ice one exactly? So, like, so people
um,
know exactly which one to go to.
I don't know if you want me to share my screen or if I
Oh,
have the
what does it look like? What does the character look
Oh,
like? What does the drawing look
it's
like
the
inside of
one
it?
she's got like the mint green hair, and she's got like the cut, like the undercut on the side. It's like one of the astronaut girls. And she's
Okay,
got like it's like the top part of it is broken, and
that's
she's got
crazy.
like
Because that's one of my personal favorite of yours. So yeah, like the fact that you hate that is it's crazy.
oh
Like,
my
what is
gosh.
it? What is it that you don't like about it?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's like because my personal favorite one is the one that's drowning, but that seems to be the one that people don't really like connect with the most. I guess I just don't. I don't know. I just look at it and I'm just like, maybe it's because I was making that when I was like at a really not a down point in my life, but I just wasn't like feeling my best. So that's when I was like expressing myself, and I was like, okay, I put my feelings out on paper, and then I look at it, and I'm just like, God, I hated how I felt back then. So maybe I just kind of connect the two feelings.
You probably put a little too much of yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want people to see. I get that. I get that
Yeah.
completely. That's what makes good art, though, man. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the Drowning Girl
say.
you're talking about also. The Drowning Girl is gorgeous. It's
Thank
she
you.
has like reddish orange hair. Her face
Yeah.
is inside the helmet. It's good. It's powerful.
Thank you.
So what started you on this path like to drawing? Because like now you do storyboards, you got like your different artwork, you do commission work also. Like what got you started on this path?
Oh man, I actually used to want to be a lawyer.
Wow, that's a big turn. All right.
Yeah, like when I was in high school, all throughout high school, people called me Little Johnny Cochran. They were like, because I really wanted to get into law. I took Latin all 4 years of high school.
Wow.
Yeah, I was serious about it. Like I was
hardcore.
Yeah, I was gonna go to Vanderbilt Law School. Like I was in pre-law for like half a semester. But when I was in high school, my Latin teacher, she was actually the one that inspired me to pursue art as like a career. Because my family, they're like, they wanted me to do it as like a hobby, but be a lawyer as like my main source of income. But she was the one that really pushed me to see that this is what I wanted to do. Because she was like, I just feel like you're gonna be miserable as a lawyer. You really have a passion for drawing. She would give me like all these little comics that she would like collect. She gave me like this. She gave me this collector's edition of like this old cartoonist. It's like a book that he had. It's like the super old cartoonist from like the 60s. And she gave that to me. Yeah, she's super cool and just super like inspiring, I guess. She really wanted me to do that. So that's what inspired me to get into that.
Looking back at it now, seeing where you are, you work with some major companies. You told me you signed some like NDAs in the past also for work that you've done. That's how high profile some of your work is. So I gotta ask, like was she right? Was she right like to put you on this path of drawing and creating art, or do you
yeah, most definitely.
Okay, all right. There you go. You don't miss the idea of being a lot. Like you learn Latin for fun, it seems.
Well, it was a struggle. I think part of it was because I was so bad at Latin that she also was like, I don't think this is for you, baby.
Like, dear, you just can't. You gotta find something else.
yeah, basically. So that was definitely a part of it. Sometimes I wonder, I'm like, I wonder what it would be like if I was a lawyer. But then I'm like,
I'll make a comic out of it. Who cares?
Yeah.
You also have a YouTube page, like a YouTube page where you pretty much talk about like a lot of different work that you do. Like you show tutorials, you do drawings that you now hate. You do stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You got Space Girl number 3. That's what I'm talking about. Space Girl number 3 is the one you did about the one everyone loves so much.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, my YouTube, it's so sporadic. I really need to get back onto my YouTube. Thank you.
It's all over the place, and I love it.
I wanna really get into doing more tutorials because I really like doing the how to do like a space background tutorial because I can just like spit those out in like 5 minutes.
You had a tutorial about that. Like you had a tutorial where you broke down like the easiest way to do space, and like as I'm not sure if you've seen like a lot of the decals I have for FTO, but like it's nebulous mostly for me. I love nebulous. I love space. Like they're like the most simplest things when it comes to the cosmos, but I love how they look. It's a dead sun.
Just like exactly. It's so beautiful. It's like,
but it's
like
just,
if you don't know how to make a background,
and that's it. Yeah. Well, that's
if you don't know how to make a background, just make a cool little space background.
There you go. Who's gonna be mad at space? No one. No one's gonna be mad at space.
Exactly.
You have this page. You do your freelance work. You also have like I said before, the NDAs. Are there any companies you can tell me about that you work with?
Yes. Have you heard of the rapper Kid Laroi?
I have actually.
Yeah, I did some visualizations for him. For his I don't know if I'm allowed to curse.
No, go right ahead. Absolutely.
Okay, it was for his album Fuck Love.
Right.
Me and crap. I did it for His name he's actually really, hold on. I got his Instagram like right here.
Oh, you're fine. I'm also looking at some of your storyboards. You did Indiana Jones, you did Kirby, Powerpuff Girls, something called
Yeah.
Space Brigade. I never heard of Space Brigade. Is that original?
Yeah, that's an original thing that I was working on. Actually, I'm still working on that. That's because it's mentioned. That's one of the things that I have two ideas making a pitch Bible for
Okay.
that I want to pitch to Netflix and Cartoon Network eventually, or to any other animation studios that are interested. And Space Brigade is one of those ideas that I've just had for a while. I'm actually in the process of updating those storyboards, like completely revamping them, changing them, and updating them to be like a mini pilot episode.
The Madam C.J. Walker is stunning. Like
You like it?
you did some things with that. I talked with you about that before the show, and like yeah, you kind of blew up when I talked about it. But, it looks really cool. Like I would like to see
Thank you.
maybe like Noir Caesar or Dart. I know I talk about those guys a lot, but like
Yes.
yeah, exactly. So see, you get it exactly. Yeah, see your working places like that would be absolutely awesome. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, it would. I love them so much. I follow them like Noir Caesar. I follow them everywhere that they do. Like I love all the work that they put out. I'm always like just like microscoping like whenever they post like new job openings. I'm like I need to put out my application.
Never so often, yeah. Every 4 or 5 months. Hey, you got a job? We're hiring. Yeah.
I know it's like they're so inspiring. I love their entire studio. It's amazing.
Agreed. Is there any animes you watching right now? Anything that's catching your eye? I know Attack on Titans is the crowd's favorite right now.
Yeah, the newest season is out. I haven't started watching it. I'm gonna wait for the hype on all the social media to die down so I don't see any spoilers.
Things too. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I just want to watch and I want to be able to binge the whole thing so that way I can just immerse. Right now I'm trying to catch up on like the manga and like the older seasons first because I like the like
refresh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta do the same thing with Castlevania because I know like a new season that's coming out really soon. So I gotta rewatch season 3, and season 3 really got me in my feels. So yeah, it hit me pretty hard. It
was wild. It was wild.
That demon, dude. That conversation with the demon in Castlevania. That thing just had me. Just had me. Yeah.
Like this is such a great age for like entertainment. I love well, not everything, but there's been so many great
a good amount of stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's so much different than what we had when we were younger, which is the really cool part about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to see like the evolution of where it started. Well, it didn't start with us, but like where it was when we were younger.
We really kicked it off though, man. Like those 80 babies, we did some things. We shook some cages, definitely.
We definitely did.
So you have all this work. You got like all these things that you're still doing. You're open for commission. What else is there for you like in the future? Like you got some more projects you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, right now I'm actually working with a poet on illustrating her poetry book, and she's got like all the poems done, and I'm working with her to make like I think it's like 30 to 33 illustrations for this book that she's going to publish.
Who's the poet?
Her name is Maya Gillis. She's on Twitter, and the poetry, like when she asked me if I wanted to work with her, like I was reading the poems, it was so raw, emotional, and like so vulnerable, and I really like it spoke to me. You know, it's like the evolution of like love, which is like, you know, a lot of people do like romance and stuff, but they don't really get into like the raw nature of love and how it can be hurtful and how you can grow from it and how it can how it evolves over time. Like you don't just stay in like the honeymoon stage of love forever, you know, like it goes through waves, and I think it's really cool to talk about those types of things.
And you're doing the art for a story that has that type of elements inside of it. Ooh,
I'm super excited.
Sounds deep. I think it'll give you a chance to use your colors, like to really show off your colors, because that's where you soar. Like I seen your progression from early on, way back in, I think it was probably the 2000s, late to mid 2000s, that you had more more dark tones to your colors, but as
Yeah.
time is keep on going and going, like you get more vibrant, more like a is it Gab D? Like you have like a very Gab D element to your work.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Thank you.
Yeah, like I hope that doesn't set you off or anything, but like I definitely see
No, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm that's like really touching for you to say that, because like she's definitely one of my inspirations in terms of like coloring, painting style. Like she's like the GOAT when it comes to like if
she
I
does
could
some things.
yeah, like the way she does like illustrated paintings, if I could even come close to being like that, then it's anything else is just whatever. Honestly.
So that's definitely one of your inspiration when it comes to art, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Is there anyone else you want to like drop out there, like who gives you some inspiration with your work?
Yes, the man that I was working for the Kid Leroy Visualization album, his name was Chaz Bottoms. You probably heard of him before. He does like a lot. He did work with like Steve Harvey. He's done like a lot of televised stuff. He just had an animation on Adult Swim recently, and he asked me to help animate this visualization. It was awesome working with him, and it's probably like one of the biggest things that I've done because it's with Sony, Sony's music label. So I've never worked with like a big company like that before. So it was intimidating, but it was a really like cool experience, and I learned a lot.
He was at the Woke Art Fest recently, September 14th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
I'm on his page. It's called
cool.
Chance Draws on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super cool to work with. He super professional. Like he's got all of his shit together. It's great.
He has a very like Nickelodeon from the '90s kind of feel to his work. Like Rugrats, Hey Arnold, Angry Beavers kind of feel. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
He's super cool.
I ask people all the time, like, you know, what would you want to tell your fans? What would you want like people to know about you? What if you could say one thing to your audience? What would it be? I gotta ask you, like, you do a lot of this, and you seem very humble. You seem like you just like to work and like doing art. After hearing that story about you being a lawyer, and like trying to become a lawyer, excuse me, and and choosing this path instead, like, and you had a lot of people who've been with you throughout all this. Like, what would you like to say to those people?
Oh gosh, thank you. Like, thanks for being supportive. Thanks for like giving me the confidence that I needed. Like, thanks for always, even when I didn't believe in myself, thanks for believing in me. You know, that good old iconic quote, believe in the me that believes in you, you
Right.
know? So thanks for that.
I like that.
And, you know, it's always like, I think one of the most important things about being an artist is definitely having a support system. Because, you know, people say that like suffering is like a part of, you know, artistry, but it doesn't always have to be that way.
It's a two-way street. It can definitely go both ways.
Exactly.
I like to see what I do here at FTO is creating art also. I don't care what anyone says otherwise, because, you know, it's my art, and if you don't like it, that's your business. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying completely. Like, it's a two-way street, and being positive and having a community and a union is just as good as being a struggling artist, if not better in my eyes.
Yeah. Definitely better. Definitely.
Definitely better.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's like I should emphasize that. Definitely better. I want to switch it up a little bit today. I want to ask you one question about a lot of stuff that's going on. I asked someone else this also in a different episode. We have the stuff from DC, the Future State. We got like DC and HBO Max releasing all their movies to HBO Max. We just had Disney Marvel tell us that we got 10 Marvel TV shows, 10 Star Wars TV shows coming. We got a few MCU movies. You are in the art world. I'm pretty sure like you know about this stuff. You hear about this stuff. Conventions are rampant with it. Like, what are your thoughts on all of that? I'll tell you like my thing first and foremost. I hate the MCU. So full disclosure. Say whatever it is that you want to say. So go right ahead. Just so you know.
I mean, I do admit I am a DC girl. But you know, like it.
There you go.
Yes. I don't know,
For those who are wondering, I just showed her my tattoo,
yeah.
which is Batman. So yeah, just so everyone knows what's happening.
So you just flashed me on
that sounds much different than what it actually was.
Oh gosh. But yeah, like people are making a lot of moves. Like I don't know. I feel on one side I'm like, oh, they're putting everything together, so it's easier to watch. But then on the other side I'm like, well, what does this mean for like non what's it called, like independent properties and stuff like that,
Yeah.
like with Sony basically buying out Crunchyroll and stuff like that.
Is Funimation Sony, or they're the same company? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Funimation is owned by Sony, so it's Sony's. Yeah, they're owning Crunchyroll and Funimation. They bought it out for like 1.14 billion or something.
They're gonna change everything.
Yeah, it's like people are like, well, at least everything's consolidated, but I'm like, yeah, there's that, but then also like, what are they going to be doing in terms of like the problems that anime consumers have been having with anime coming over to America, like censorship, like translation issues and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like that's what Funimation is notorious for.
Yeah, like just really like unnecessary to like. There's some where I'm like, okay, I can see why, but then there's others where they just completely change the context of what's happening. And like with Japanese, like there's so many like specific translations and like the like wordplay and stuff like that, and they completely recontextualize it, so it just becomes like really like dumbed down. And I'm like, this is why people don't like dubs. Because of what y'all do.
That's where you were going. That's exactly why. Yeah. So
yes.
People get resorted to watching just like the Japanese version. Then you're just doing.
Yeah, it's
the entire time. Yeah.
And there's so many talented voice actors in America that want to go into like anime dubbing, and the way that they kind of changed things, just making it harder for people to get into that industry or to be respected for it.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest gripes. Also, like it makes art all the much harder, like to be visible to a new masses when you do stuff like this. And like, and I think that's what you're also trying to get at, also. And like I get like art's supposed to be a struggle, supposed to change for the times, supposed to like question society and things like that, and like have like your voice attached to it, but. When when stuff like this happens, it makes it much and much harder, like to be known and all of this. So I get you.
Yeah,
it's. Well, it just what I guess like it's gonna like. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say up your game, but no, I'm not. I'm not saying that. That's rude. I'm not doing that. I'm not. This isn't that kind of show. Where can people find you?
Oh yeah, I'm on Twitter at Keexie Weexie, Instagram Keexie Weexie. All my socials are Keexie Weexie. Like if there's a social media,
I wasn't even gonna attempt to say that out loud. Wasn't even a thought in my mind. Like, hey, how do you say this? Not once did I say it to myself. Like, no, just gonna let her do it. That's all her business.
Yes, it's a nickname my grandpa gave me when I was younger. He'd always call me Keexie Weexie. Yeah, so that's like my little name on all my social media, like in terms of honoring him. He's still alive, but
okay, good. Like I was really gonna feel like a Chad for a second, man. Like I was so just joking, like about that cute little name that I did not know how to say.
No, it's fine. He's still alive. He's super healthy.
Scared me, man. All right, well, that's probably gonna be the tag of the show right there. So, everyone gets a preview of the last 30 seconds of the show. This has been fun. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
You try to enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it goes well for you. Weekend's right around the corner, and happy holidays to you.
Yeah, happy holidays. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you're staying safe and everything's Gucci.
I appreciate that, and they're going to be as Gucci as they possibly can be. With 3 kids and a small dog, and my wife who's going through endometriosis pain. So just one day at a time.
No, I'm sorry.
It's a struggle. Gotta keep her motivated so she doesn't feel like too bad of whatever she feels bad because of her body. Yeah. Hard to talk about because it's not normalized, so it's hard to put words to it. But yeah. So I hope I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope your holidays are going the way you wanted to. I know we talked earlier, like how things can be down, but gotta keep that friendship network going. So
yeah. Ask me again when my budget's been blown through for
perfect.
presents.
I would not do that.